Hello, I'm Demi Utley with Utley Strategies, where we help businesses with their sales proposals. In today's video, we're going to talk about executive summaries. Executive summaries are a very key part of your proposal because they are often the one section of the document that everyone reads. They occur at the beginning of your proposal, and it's a great way to introduce the customer to your company and why they should work with you and really gain trust and authority before they dive in and read the rest of your proposal. So there are a few must-dos and things to avoid when creating your executive summary, and today I'm going to show you 3 of each. So let's get started. First, we'll start with a don't, and that is don't dive right into why your company is amazing. This might sound counterintuitive because you want to talk about your company and why they should buy from you, but jumping right into your company's information will actually hurt you rather than help you. Yes, this is where you want to show why your proposal is a good choice and make sure that they understand what you're selling and who you are. But that doesn't mean you should immediately, in the very first sentence or first paragraph, give an overview of your company. Instead, what you want to do is quickly recap the situation that the customer has found themselves in, and then go into information on why your solution fixes that problem in the subsequent paragraphs. So that brings us to our first do, which is to make sure that you address the reader's challenge. So no matter who they go with, whether they buy from you or a competitor, investing in a project or a contract is a huge risk for the buyer, and they want to make sure that they are buying from someone who can actually solve their problem and understands their specific need. So what you want to do is show at the very beginning of your executive summary that you are that company, that you really understand their challenge, and you're there to help them figure out how to solve it or help solve it for them. So you might do this with just 1 or 2 sentences at the beginning in the first paragraph, or you might have a couple paragraphs that is going over what their challenge is, how they found themselves there, their pain points, things like that. Whatever you do, just make sure you include this at the start of your executive summary so that way they know that you understand their goals and can help them get there. This will build trust and authority at the start of your proposal, which is great for as they're reading throughout the rest of your proposal. So make sure that you do that in your executive summary. Our second don't is do not include every detail. Not only will this make your executive summary super long, but it also might be distracting for the reader if they don't know some of what you're describing in the executive summary because the information occurs later in the proposal. So instead, you just want to give a few highlights and explain why these highlights or differentiators are important for the customer's challenge and how you can help them solve that. So this will tease interest for the rest of your proposal where you'll go into detail on that information. But in the executive summary, just stick to a few highlights that inspires them to keep reading. Okay, our next do is do make sure that you mention key differentiators, which is sort of what we just touched on, but it's so important that it deserves to be talked about again. So the executive summary is the perfect place to introduce any aspects of your proposal or your offering that are unique or more appealing than what your competitors might be offering. This should really connect back to the customer's main pain points, their challenges, and how you help solve them. So whatever you say about your company, make sure that you immediately explain how this will help achieve what their big pain point and challenge is. Always connect the two throughout your entire proposal, but especially in the executive summary. Last don't is do not use generic marketing language in your executive summary. I know a ton of companies will copy and paste content from their website or marketing materials and then just put that in the executive summary just to check off the box that they finished that section of the proposal. And this is missing a huge opportunity to connect with the customer. Like I said earlier, this is the one section that nearly everybody reads. So if you're just using generic marketing language, you're not showing that you really understand them and their unique challenges. So instead, you'll want to customize your content to speak directly to them. And you can do this by something as simple as using their organization name more frequently than you use your company name throughout the executive summary and your entire proposal. Refer to them as you instead of just in the third person. It makes it a little bit more personable and less formal. And then you also want to include any specific insights that you have into their organization or their challenges to show that you really understand and are there to help them along the way. And our last do is make sure you end with an emotional appeal. So it's easy to write your executive summary and then just stop once you've said everything that you want to say and move on to the rest of your proposal. Instead, what you should do is use the last paragraph or the last sentence of your executive summary and tap into the reader's emotions. You can do this by saying what life will be like if they decide to work with you. So painting a picture of this perfect future where you've solved this challenge or this pain point and they don't experience it anymore and they're able to get their job done or save money or, reduce whatever it is that they're trying to solve. Show that happens. Another way you can do this is by tapping into their fears and showing that if they don't work with you or they go with someone else, their problem might spiral or might get worse and the future will not be nice. I would say be careful with that part because it has been found that positivity sells better than negativity. So if you do tap into their fears, just make sure that you balance it out with a positive note as well and end on that happiness that makes them excited to work with you rather than afraid. So that's it for the 3 do's and don'ts of writing your executive summary. I hope you found this helpful and make sure that you subscribe for more proposal tips. And if you want to see a few example executive summaries, make sure you click the link below. I'll see you next time.